I've worked in law, politics, investment banking, and ran my own businesses. And I've advised the US, South Korean, and Chinese governments. How does the world see China? How does China see the world? I'm Einar Tangen. Find out on Tangen on China, a special series during the 2 sessions. China recently achieved its poverty alleviation goal in 2020 by getting its entire population above the UN International Poverty Standard of $1.90 per day when adjusted for purchasing power. How did it do this? What is the next step? What effect will it have on China? And what does it mean to the rest of the world? For more than 40 years, China has reduced its poverty level in the most historic effort in the world to date. 40 years ago, China had no meaningful foreign currency reserves, no major exportable resources, no advanced industry, and nothing resembling a modern financial system. No banks, insurance companies, investment banks, stock markets, or lawyers, accountants, consultants to create and service these types of institutions. Today, China has become the largest economy by purchasing power parity in the world and is set to become the largest economy by nominal standards in the world by 2028. So how did China achieve its poverty alleviation target while many other countries have not? China's rapid economic development is only part of the answer. The other part of the answer is a series of 5-year plans beginning in 1978, which has lifted 700 million people out of poverty and created the world's largest middle class. As of 2015, China had over 55 million people below the poverty line. In 2016, the NPC passed the 13th 5-year plan, which specified that all people would be lifted above the poverty line by 2020, meaning that they would have enough to eat, proper clothing, access to education, health services, and housing. To do this, rather than grand pronouncements about a war on poverty, government officials at the local, provincial, and national levels were assigned personal responsibility for creating and implementing specific plans for individuals, families, villages, and districts. That meant, in some cases, moving people from areas that weren't economically viable, creating local industry clusters, which needed lower cost labor, creating local service industries like tourism, based on the natural advantages of the areas, and lastly, providing direct assistance to those who could not care for themselves: children, the elderly, physically or mentally challenged. In late 2020, the goal was achieved, despite COVID-19 and the economic turmoil it created. Next steps. Rather than resting, the next 5-year plan is setting new goals for improving the lives of those in need as China goes forward. While a way off, there is still more to be accomplished, even as other countries seem less concerned. What does this mean for China? China adopted a socialist market economy which sets social thresholds for equality, fairness, and relies on a mixture of managed and free markets to achieve them. By doing so, China is playing the long game, ensuring a sustainable society that provides incentives for excellence without ignoring those in need. It ensures a larger market for goods and services, allowing those who are willing to work, be creative, follow the laws, and have the ability to succeed to move economically upward. It has become a matter of national pride that a country which started with so little has been able to do so much for so many. In stark contrast to many more wealthy nations, with each and every person in China getting out of poverty, the Chinese people are living a more decent life and will aspire and strive for an even better one. The country will be heading to the next level of development where there's an even bigger middle class. Both individual lives and the nation will be undergoing a whole new transformation. What does this mean to the rest of the world? With rising incomes and buying power for the average Chinese person, domestic consumption will continue to surge, creating a huge market, not only for China, but the world. A more prosperous China means more opportunities for the world. China has become a beacon for what is possible, despite the constant barrage of criticism. China has led by example, and the statistics show its progress. Increasingly, countries are studying how China has achieved its transformation. While they can't copy what China has done, they are taking parts of China's experience and adapting it to their systems.